friend. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley. I'm Reverend Jody Hill Stevenson here, the senior minister, and we are so happy that you have joined us. So this is the last week in July, and for the month of July 2022, we have been exploring the art and science of manifestation. So my big question to you is, what does, in God's name, quite literally, manifestation have to do with God? How could those two be related? What's the deal? Marianne Williamson writes in A Return to Love, we are all assigned a piece of a garden, a corner of the universe that is ours to transform. Our corner of the universe is our own life, our relationships, our homes, our work, our current circumstances, exactly as they are. Every situation we find ourselves in is an opportunity perfectly planned by the Holy Spirit to teach love instead of fear. So the first place to start in the world of manifestation is to realize that you are an individualized expression of the divine, that there is no separation. In other words, your life, as you have accepted and co-created the results, is a reflection of your deep connection with the divine, or not. So, as y'all know, you can tell I've been in the ministry a long time, and one of the things that I think surprises me the most is when people will come into my office or they'll be in my classes or wherever I'm talking to them, and they'll go, I just want to find God. Oh, I just want to find God. I go, oh, that's so easy. You just go to the one in the mirror. Yeah, you just go to the one. Oh, and if you want to really know God, just go to your breath, because that is the divine breathing through you into the world of manifestation. In the world of manifestation, or what I like to call the material world, we are supposed to be happy. We're supposed to be prosperous. We're supposed to be healthy. We're supposed to be love-filled and have loving, harmonious relationships. We're supposed to live purposely in our little garden, in our little piece of the garden. I love Taoism because it says, think globally, act locally. I know many of you have heard that. Think globally. In other words, include everyone, but act locally. And that's all we're asked to do. We're not asked to go out and change the world and people who disagree with us politically and people who on and on and on and on. We are supposed to take care of our own little garden. And my wish for each of you is that you love your own little garden. You love your home. You love your family. You love your work. You love everything about your life, even the tough spots. It's all natural. So how do we manifest what we want? How do we manifest? What I'd like to do is give you some well-formed, they're called well-formed outcome process questions. So for those of you who love to take notes, get a pen and get a piece of paper. And I would encourage you all to write this down, because these questions will allow you to create what you want and welcome what you want in the material world. The first question is, what do you want? What do you want? Do you know that there's only 5 things that we think about every day? That in the human experience of everyday life, there's only 5 things, I call them the 5 destiny spotlights. The first one is health, vibrant health. Who of us would wake up in the morning and go, oh God, I hope I get terminally ill today, or I hope I get really sick? We may say, I'd like a day off. And sometimes we create sickness to do that, but that's okay. That's all right. Just don't make it your identity. The second spotlight, destiny spotlight, is harmonious connections. And this has to do with other people in our lives, our animals, our plants, our flowers, and the rocks and the crystals and the mountains. I do that because there's the Front Range right out there. We are in relationship and we want harmony in all of those places. I'll never forget when I first moved to Colorado Springs, a major player in the church there came up to me and went, "I hate aspen trees." I said, "You hate aspen trees? Wait a minute. First of all, hate is not something that we typically use in New Thought. And secondly, I get that they can be a pain in the patootie garden, but they are the divine's creation." And he said to me, "I never thought of it that way." So everywhere we look in the material world, we see the divine. The third destiny spotlight is financial security and freedom. We're all supposed to be living prosperously and managing our money with integrity. When we do that, oh my gosh, talk about feeling and owning and experiencing the divine. The fourth thing is a loving, trusting relationship. And this does not mean you have to be married, but if you are, we would want that person to be that person. And or friends, that person you can call at 3 a.m. and go, I need some help right now. Oh, I'll be right over. Or what do you need? And the fifth one is what's so near and dear to me is soul purpose. As I've counseled people over the last 40 years, I have come to believe that everyone can flourish in the top four: health, harmonious connections, money, and loving, trusting partnership. But if they don't have the sense of purpose, their life feels empty to them, because purpose is between you and your divine, me and my divinity. One of the things I've often said to people in my office and in my classes, so who's your boss? They go, well, I am, or Fred Jones I go, no, I mean, who's your boss? And I go, well, oh, God. God is I work for God. Such a cool place to manifest in the material world from. So what do you want? Question number 1, what do you want? Number 2, how will you know when you have it? How will you know when you have it? What's the evidence? Number 3, what resources do you need in order to manifest in the material world? Number 5, what are you doing already to do that? Number 6, what will having that outcome get you? What will having that outcome get you? Oh my gosh, I could tell you so many stories about this. Oh, I will as I go along. If you manifest what you want, what will that get you? The next question, within what amount of time do you want to experience? The universe is just waiting, just sitting around. It's like, gosh, I wish those people would tell me what they want and I'll just move in and start to manifest for them. But they don't tell me what they want. They don't tell me what timing they want. They don't tell me. And the universe is going, I know how to do this, everybody. I know how to manifest what you want. All you have to do is welcome it. Well, a few more steps. Next step. What steps are required? The next question is, what is the first step, specific and achievable? And the last and probably the most important is Is there more than one way to do what you want, to manifest what you want? Yeah, probably the answer is yes. Probably if you order up from the universe, probably the universe will show up manifesting through your life in ways you never thought possible. So where do we begin? We begin with our thinking. We begin getting clear on what we want. And this is what we're doing at the Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley. There's been weeks of visioning, weeks of discussing, weeks of analyzing, weeks of getting help from people where there is so much happening because everyone knows and everyone is saying that I've talked to and that I've heard from other people that in order for the Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley to go on, we need a new matrix. We need a new vision. And we need to celebrate that we've been around for 22 years, around, give or take. That's huge. That is such a pat yourself on the back moment. And I hope for those of you who have been here since the beginning, I hope you do that. Because without you, this church would not have been manifested. So we watch our thoughts. Why do we watch our thoughts? Because our thoughts become our words. And our words, holy Toledo, become our actions. Oh my God, then our actions become our habits. Then we behave out of our habits. And then our habits reflect our character. I've had so many habits over the years of compulsive, addictive stuff that I have had the privilege and heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching discipline that sometimes I totally fail at. But most of the time, I'm pretty good now. It's taken a lifetime, at least 40 years of spiritual focus, because I wanted to live a life that at the end of my life, I'm proud of, and my kids are proud to have me as their mother. It's been a major impulse for me because once our habits and our behaviors become our character becomes our destiny. So how do we manifest in the world? Destiny is what happened between right now and the moment in time you take your last breath. How do we do that? We watch our thinking. We watch our thinking. You start there. Get super clear on what do you want? What do you want? And welcome that into your life. You don't get to know how it's going to happen. Oh my gosh. So many of us are like, well, I don't know. I don't know how I can manifest that. You don't get to know. The only thing you have to do is focus on your vision. It's so easy. Not always simple, because sometimes we like to tell God, I'll take over. I don't like what's happening here. I look back on my life. When I stepped into a whole new matrix, I did have to let go of my home, my husband. My dog died. Oh my God, there was so much going on. My father was on the street. My kids were little boys and they were going back and forth. And, it was a tough time. But I wanted to experience the divinity within me, and I wasn't at the time. And I had to think differently. In fact, I may have shared this with you before. I went to when I started ministerial school and started really studying science of mind, I went to one of my professors in my first year, and I said, I really have negative thinking, especially about myself. Do you think I could make an agreement with the divine that she only listens to my positive thoughts? And he looked at me and he went, oh, honey, you have so much to learn. I went, oh. Does that mean that the universe hears everything I say and responds to that? And he said, yeah. Go home and get more positive. So, clarity on what you want to manifest. welcoming it all in, because you, as an individualized expression of the divine, are a mystic manifesting what you want. It's your garden. We are so happy that you have joined us today, and please donate. There's different ways of donating. It will be up on the board soon. This month, the month of August, we are focusing. I'm going to be like this, like a little horse with blinders on, that manifests and work with the people behind the scenes, putting our new website up and our online ministry. We have wonderful classes coming up. Check us out. Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley, where love lives here. Have a great week, everybody. And, go out and challenge yourself. Manifest something that you just never thought you could. You can do it. I love you dearly. Bye.